sir. You're in contempt of court and you're going to jail.
What am I doing? You're in contempt of court by the judge. For what?
For swearing in my courtroom and being disrespectful. This is
I didn't mean it.
Yes, well, I don't care whether you meant it or not.
Good afternoon, everybody. The Irish Demon here, back with another video. We have a bit of a belter here for you. So we got this one lady who's here to answer for some pretty nasty stuff. Then the father of her partner, who's accused of the other nasty stuff, goes off and he gets locked up. Then the son of... Hold on, let me figure this out. This is some serious sister cousin stuff here. The son of the guy who got locked up for contempt then appears, starts acting up. Yeah, it's a big mess. Basically, everybody in the whole family's in trouble. But the judge is having absolutely none of it. So check this one out. Let me know what you think.
Good morning. Are you Cassandra Louise Gilbert?
Yes.
We've met before. I'm Judge Middleton. And you're here with your attorney, Lori Hines.
Yeah.
The co-defendant is represented by Mr. Gibson. And you can't have the same attorney for co-defendants if they're appointed. So Ms. Hines has gotten your half of this case.
Yes.
Your child charged with child abuse in the second degree. Let me go to this. The allegation in this case is that you failed to take action or get any medical treatment or report the fact that your child had been a victim of a sexual assault. So Mr. Marvin has charged this as a child abuse in the second degree, which is punishable by up to 10 years imprisonment. Apparently, he's willing to reduce this to a child abuse in the fourth degree, which is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to a year in jail. Is that correct, Mr. Marvin?
Yes.
That is failing to protect the child who is in your care and custody. It's punishable by up to a year in jail and I believe a fine of up to $5,000. It does allow for up to 5 years of probation. Ms. Hines, you've already confirmed that's the plea offer.
Yes, Your Honor. We've gone over it.
Are you in the abuse neglect case too?
No, I'm not involved. Do you have an open neglect case or just CPS involvement? Just CPS involvement. Okay.
Well, Ms. Gilbert, let me tell you a couple of things. By pleading to this charge, the felony case is going to be dismissed. And you would plead to the misdemeanor. Did you know Dwayne Shook?
Well, I can tell you one thing for certain. Dwayne is going to be very, very shook after all this.
Yes.
And who was Dwayne to you?
My fiance.
And did your daughter, who was 8, tell you that Dwayne had intercourse with her?
No, she did not tell me. I didn't really know anything except where she was red, and I did take her to the hospital. They said she just had an infection.
Your Honor, we can handle this upstairs. I'm disgusted. I'd rather handle it upstairs, to be honest with you.
It's kind of a two-part to this, David. So let her finish,
Yeah.
okay?
All right. Well,
So first, you noticed the red, is that right?
Yes.
And you took her to the hospital.
I took her to the hospital because she's immune to infections. So I thought it was just an infection, but I was curious, and my daughter can verify this. So I kept asking her if she's been touched or anything, if anything happened, everything. And she kept telling me no. She said, I probably just got another infection. I've been itching. So I took her to the hospital. They said she just had an infection, which they didn't check her out or anything. Well, I just thought there was some more to it. So I asked her, and then it was like, I think a week or two later, she told me that the truth, that she was touched.
by Dwayne. You have to speak your answer.
Yes.
That's a lie.
All right. Would you please escort that lady out?
She's lying.
Thank you.
So if you're wondering who the lady at the back of the court was, that is the mother of the the other accused nonce. He's a really nice guy with loads of previous, and we're going to meet him here in a little bit.
And then what did you do after the child told you that she had been touched?
Oh my gosh. Sorry. After they told me she she told me that, she actually didn't tell me at first. I don't know if she was scared or whatever, but I immediately called my sister and asked my sister if she would take her to the hospital. Well, she took her to WellCare again, and they sent her over to the hospital of Sturgis, and then Sturgis ended up sending her to Coldwater.
Your Honor, may I ask,
But you did.
if she's going to give facts to the case, would you put her under oath so I can use it later?
Yeah,
Because I'm not hearing any kind of,
She'll get there. The problem is what happened then.
What happened?
You weren't proactive, were you?
No.
You weren't proactive in calling the police. And why didn't you call the police?
Because I was scared.
Who were you scared of?
Me.
Is it Dwayne? I think that's where the basis is. She failed to act to call the police.
all right. That
Who was in here today?
will get us, but
Okay.
the affidavit says the interview with the child said she told you that he had intercourse with her. Is that true?
Yeah, and it was.
And you didn't call the police?
Yeah, we took her to the hospital immediately after.
All right, stop trying to have it both ways. If you either want to plead guilty to this, you're going to plead guilty. If you want to tell me how innocent you are, Mr. Marvin is more than willing to have a felony preliminary examination. Sir, would you remove your hat again?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So are you either going to plead to this or tell me how innocent you are? The allegation is that your boyfriend had intercourse with your 8-year-old daughter and you didn't call the police. Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
we're not gonna have any more outbursts, all right? You stop right now.
Well, tell her.
Right,
So-
we don't need it anymore.
All right.
More.
Yeah, he can leave also.
Tell her to quit lying.
You can leave that. Judge told you to leave.
Good. Lying fucking bitch.
All right, let's take Mr. Shook back into the lockup, sir. You're in contempt of court and you're going to jail
What am I doing?
You're in contempt of
For what?
for swearing in my courtroom and being disrespectful. This is
I
a,
didn't mean it.
yes, well, I don't care whether you meant it or not. You said it to me, so you can go to jail for a while and you go back outside.
I'll go to my car.
You're going
Stay
to
there.
jail, sir. You and I are going to talk about this a little later this morning. This is a public courtroom. We're not sitting around the kitchen table and you don't get to express your opinion about what you think about the veracity of the case. So you and I have a little discussion. A little bit. You can leave or you can go to jail with him. You go sit out in the hallway.
I will. I promise.
Okay. Well, I don't want to say anything more.
All right. Where am I?
Ah, how wholesome. Daddy's gone in to visit his beloved son in jail for noncery.
All right, this is very serious business. We're in a criminal courtroom, public courtroom of the state of Michigan. I don't own it, I just work here. But I'm responsible for the decorum in the courtroom. We're talking about very difficult things. And in this day and age, people want to say whatever they want to say, whenever they want to say it. They're the parents of the co-defendant, Dwayne Shook, and they obviously have feelings about it.
And that's why I was kind of scared to talk because they
All
kept
right.
saying stuff over there.
All right, well, they aren't going to say anything
I'm scared to
anymore
go
because
out of
they're
here.
gone. Well, we'll make sure you're safe when you get out of here. When I was prosecutor, once upon a time, I handled about 400 child CSC cases over 22 years, and I tried about 40 of them. So I'm familiar with the whole phenomenon of very young children having to tell adults about bad stuff that happened to them. And the adults who love them are supposed to protect them. And the allegation here is you didn't do a very good job of it.
I was scared.
All right, well, don't say any more about it. You're scared and I understand. We're gonna get more information. In fact, is there a condition that she testify against Mr. Shook? Well, I'm gonna set it out.
I didn't make that a condition of this. So it would be dirty pool for me to do it now. I don't know if she's gonna testify, Your Honor, and your PSI will disclose that she's trying to have her 8-year-old daughter. She's trying to force her to take a poly because she doesn't believe her. So
No, it's not
Just
that.
All
I
right,
don't believe
stop.
her.
We'll
So
set it.
now we go over and have a look at the the defendant, the co-defendant in this matter. Really nice guy. Definitely didn't never do nothing.
Every time we have a bond motion, I also have to do an order. Good morning, sir. Are you Dwayne J. Shook?
Yes.
This is Judge Middleton. I'm here with your lawyer, Mr. Paul Gibson. You can see him on the screen. Also present is prosecuting attorney David Marvin. Your case is set for a pre-exam conference today. The charge alleges that on or about September 3rd, that you had intercourse with a child that was less than 13 years of age.
That's a lie. That's a
Well,
lie.
that's the charge. I'm not saying it's true or not. Count 2 is you interfered with a crime report, and count 3 is assault with intent to commit sexual penetration. You're charged as
That's
a
a lie,
fourth
too.
habitual offender, making that punishable by up to life imprisonment. Your lawyer has indicated you wish to have a preliminary examination, and that would be set for next Tuesday at 1 o'clock. He has made a motion to reduce your bond, and I'm not inclined to do that until after we have the preliminary examination or a waiver, and then we can discuss it. So I'm going to defer the motion to next Tuesday, November 14th. Now, Mr. Gibson indicated that he has a video that's been provided by the prosecutor and he has difficulty playing it. He wants to come to the jail and sit down with you and watch the video together and then discuss what your options are. I'm assuming, Mr. Marvin, if there's a prelim, all plea offers are withdrawn.
yes.
So why am I being accused of something I didn't fucking do? I have multiple witnesses I didn't do shit. I have her mom saying I didn't do nothing.
Oh, well, case closed then, right?
Mr. Shook, stop swearing here in a public proceeding. I just put your father in jail for 2 days for dropping the F-bomb here in the courtroom.
Good. Lying fucking bitch.
All right, let's take Mr. Shook back into the lockup. You're already in jail, but you're sure not doing yourself any favors by asking me to reduce your bond while you're cursing here.
Sorry.
So I didn't make the charge. I'm just telling you what it is. They're very serious charges. Cassandra Gilbert entered a plea.
Why do you think I'm so upset?
All right, we'll share with your lawyer. Cassandra Gilbert entered a plea this morning on another charge related to this. Anyway, the matter is set for preliminary examination next Tuesday at 1 o'clock. I'll address the bond motion at that time after a waiver or a prelim. Mr. Gibson is going to be coming to the jail and meeting with you to discuss this further.
It might be worth conveying something that Paul Gibson will talk about with him. So the idea, in exchange for a waiver, that would avoid a minimum 25-year.
I don't know what any of this means.
It means if you have a preliminary examination and there's a trial and you're convicted, you're going to get no less than 25 years in prison. Now, if there's negotiation, Mr. Marvin can waive that. But if this child has to testify once or twice, and you get convicted, you're going to get no less than 25 years in prison. If you get acquitted or the case is dismissed, that's a different story. But you're facing some very serious consequences. All right, Mr. Shook, I will see you next Tuesday.
Yeah, he really is a see you next Tuesday. Do you remember that part where he said this?
Why do you think I'm so upset?
Yeah, I wonder why you're so upset, bud. Because you were caught again. Now, this guy has a laundry list of history. Like, he has been done for things like this before. So I think I speak for the whole community of the universe when I suggest that I hope you never see the outside of a jail cell. Anyway, lads and lassies, I really hope you enjoyed this kind of not very enjoyable video, but if you did, make sure and hit that like button. Leave me a comment down below. Consider becoming a member or a Patreon, and we'll catch you in the next one. Sláinte.